5 most sought after rare quarters. Look for these coins because they could be worth a fortune hiding in your pocket change. A lot of these coins people are simply going to be looking over, but in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know. So let's go ahead and hop right into this video. So this first little quarter sold for $11,400, and here's why. The first thing you need to understand about these quarters is the date. So 1932 is actually the first year of issue for the Washington quarter. The weight is 6.25 grams with a metal composition of 90% silver and 10% copper. That's important because that alone makes this coin have a silver value outside of the collector value. This is a Denver issued coin, and you can see that by the D mint mark on the back bottom center. Now in 1932, the Denver Mint struck a very small production of 436,800 pieces. Now this may seem like a lot, but in reality, it's not uncommon for mints to produce tens of millions or sometimes hundreds of millions of coins for a specific mint. Another very important factor when it comes to the value of your coin is going to be the condition. Make sure you're not holding your coin improperly. You want to keep your coin safe because damaging it can decrease its value. This one did get graded by PCGS at a mint state 65. That is why this 1932 Washington quarter was able to sell for a staggering $11,400 on Heritage Auctions. You won't believe the value of this next coin and how much it sold for and what you need to look for. People are constantly overlooking this coin that sold for $16,800. Looking at the coin, you may think to yourself, hey, the condition is not that good here. It looks bad. Well, what you're actually looking at is called oxidation, and it's completely normal and fine. Essentially, the air will react with the metals in the coin, causing a discolored look that to some people looks like damage, but in reality, it is just all natural. This coin got graded by PCGS at a mint state 62. The big area that I want you to focus in on is the fact that this is called a transitional date error coin. So this coin was accidentally struck on a silver planchet. 1965 quarter should not have been struck on a silver planchet. This one accidentally was, and that is why this coin sold for $16,800. Now imagine finding this coin that sold for $17,400. It's a 1943 25-cent Washington quarter graded by PCGS at a mint state 66. Now this one has what we call a DDO. DDO stands for doubled die obverse, and obverse means the front of the coin. If you ever hear anyone say in reverse, that just means the back of the coin. Double dies happen when the dies that are striking the coin accidentally get struck twice. So the die is struck twice and not the actual coin. If you look closely at Liberty at the top, In God We Trust at the bottom left, and the date at the bottom, you are going to see that doubling happening. Now, depending on how dramatic the doubling is, will have a big impact on the value of the coin. Combine that with the grade, and once again, you have a little bit of discoloration toning happening at the bottom left-hand side. That is nothing to concern yourself with. Just understand that the DDO on this coin, in combination with that high grade, allowed this beautiful Washington quarter to sell for $17,400. Now, this is where things get very interesting, guys. So this 1932 coin that looks like it has a stain on it was able to sell for a staggering $52,800 on Heritage Auctions. Now, like I was saying before, someone may look at this coin and think that the condition's not that good because of the toning. When it comes to the grade of your coin, that is for a completely different video because grading takes a lot of time and effort. But if you understand these basics, it can get you to a good spot to be able to sell your coin for a lot of money. Okay, so first of all, do not bring your coin to a pawn shop because you are likely going to get scammed. Understand that pawn shop owners don't really care too much about a specific item, and they're going to try to get the most value and money from you. Whereas a coin dealer, if you find the right one, they need to pay their employees, they have operating expenses, but they're not going to take as big of a profit from you. Now, what I recommend to most people is bringing their coins to a coin shop because it is the easiest and quickest way to sell your coins. Now, if you want to use eBay or Facebook, there is more risk, more time, more scams. It's just not as good for the beginner coin collector. I digress. Why did this coin sell for $52,800? It's is mainly because of this high grade. Remember, 1932 is a very important date for the Washington quarter. Combine that with the high grade and the fact that this is a San Francisco issued coin makes this coin incredibly rare and valuable. If you ever come across a 1932 Washington quarter, make sure you are holding the coin properly and not damaging it, which will result in less value for the coin. Once again, this coin sold for $52,800. If you ever find a Washington quarter like this one, you are in for a real treat because this example sold on Heritage Auctions for $93,000. This is an NGC graded 1970 25-cent Washington quarter that was accidentally overstruck on an 1898 $5 gold coin. So we're going to show you what this $5 coin typically looks like. Beautiful coin, very rare, very valuable, but how this could actually happen during the minting process is a question in and of itself alone. Very cool coin here, guys, very valuable. Once again, $93,000. Make sure you're not getting scammed and ripped off out there, guys. Pay close attention, do your homework, do your research, and we'll see you in the next video.